You rather have the Madrid Rio and Underground Highway, they'd probably tell you that they prefer the Madrid Rio. It's really a wonderful park. You have gardens the whole way, a great place to take a walk, see a tiny little bit of wildlife. You can walk, of course, going along Madrid Rio until you get to the Royal Palace itself.
In that case,
I would say explore the neighborhood of Malasaña, which is directly north of Callao, if you're in there.
okay. Now I read
Depends on what you're interested in seeing, though. What are you interested in seeing?
Well, every museum in Madrid is closed Sunday afternoon.
I believe entrance to this is free, principally because it's not very touristy. But the cathedrals in Madrid are generally free. If you go to some other cities and you visit, if you want to, you're just not going to mass, but you're actually just visiting the cathedral itself. A lot of those cathedrals will charge you money, but I'm pretty sure the cathedrals here in Madrid are all free, including this one.
Basilica of Alcanitas charged, how much do you remember? 7 or 10 euros?
No. When?
When we were in India.
Really? I've never been. It's always been free when I've been.
It was free the last time I was here.
I got it. Okay, maybe I might have just given misinformation. Last time I was at the La Almudena, it was free, but one of our passengers just advised me that it was not when they went there yesterday, unfortunately.
It was like 7 euros.
If you look to the left, we have La Casa de Campo. This is a natural area which is sort of mirrors the native Mediterranean landscape that we have here. It's a public park. And if you take a quick look, you almost can't see it, but this building, this gray building right here, is a museum of the Royal Collection. Now, this is a museum which just opened. It was recently built. We are coming down on Madrid. This is a big cathedral. It was built in the 19th century, so it's newer. We'll see if it has a cost. Last time I was there, no cost. And the Royal Palace right here. We'll be parking here. The original intention was that all of these sort of little pedestals would be covered with one of these statues. However, the architects found that this would make them extremely heavy, and so they replaced some of the statues with these bowls of fruit. Now, there is a legend, maybe it's even more true than the explanation I just gave you, but there's a legend that once upon a time the queen had a nightmare that one of these statues fell off the roof and crushed her to death. Now, so she had retiro. If any of you guys saw them, these were statues, the original statues that were intended to go up on the roof. If you look closely, the detail is pretty abstract. Like, the detail is not very exact, and the reason, of course, is that they were meant to be seen.
But yeah, there are the details on the details. And Nilmudi. Right side, Nilmudi. Right. Pero aquí fue nivel las pulseras. Efectivamente. Pero se lo olvidó, tiene que abajo.
base de bolsa. Se fabrica un disco con solución, pues con bastante miedo. Sí. La diversificación que tienen que
very famously painted painting of ladies in waiting and princesses with the king and the queen in the background. This is of course something that you can see if you go to his Prado. You have lots of his artwork. He is considered probably the classical master of the Spanish painting. Right now we are entering a very old part of town. Here, look, this place. My goodness, these buildings are very old. One of the techniques that keeps them looking fresh is a lot of them, instead of being painted on top, they mix the paint into the concrete and put them on. So if you see a building where you can't tell if it's painted or not, but it's still colorful, that would be the explanation. The reason they do this is by mixing the concrete with the paint is
That's it. I read because so many people were
And then now they're like,
having chat. I don't know, but they having chat that day after party was second.
old. This was the main street of the town. We'll be entering Plaza Mayor very, very soon, which is the main square. But yes, this is the main street. Down that way is the old jail. It looks like now we can cross. So let's all do it.
marami na pala dito.
Pedro.
everybody gather around, please. Welcome to Plaza Mayor, the main square of Spain. This is the historic center of Spain, not of Spain, of Madrid, excuse me. And if you take a look, you'll see these beautiful apartments painted in red, wrapping around them. They've been red for their entire existence. Now these apartments were built in 1620 under the rule, I believe, of Philip II. And the idea was, America had been discovered 100 years prior. Okay? And the empire was at its height. It was the golden age of Spain. Lots of resources were coming into the peninsula, and the government needed to expand in order to manage all of these things that were going on. So this square was originally constructed, and these buildings were constructed as housing for the
എടുത്തിട്ട് പിന്നെ ഇരിക്കാണ്.